Mr. Heisel?
Yeah, I'd like to just ask a quick question. As a judge, and if you are elected judge, have you ever sentenced anyone thinking about overcrowding in jails? Does that ever come across your mind when you're sentencing someone?
About 2 years ago, we were summoned by the Chief Justice to Montgomery, we, the circuit judges, and we were there for the day, and there was a presentation made by the Chief Justice. That time it was Chief Justice Cobb. And involved in that same seminar were people from Department of Corrections. And the message to us, to all of us, was we need to keep our convicted felons at home, put them in our county jails, and to place them in programs so that the local authorities would continue to supervise convicted felons.
I think we have another caller holding on to the line.
Well, let me finish this thought real
Okay.
quick. I thank the Chief Justice for the day and for the nice lunch, and I came home and I continued to sentence people to the Department of Corrections, and I'll continue to send people to the Department of Corrections.
Okay.
Oh, before you get your call, let me chime in on that. Yeah, I don't think it's right for a judge to be pressured about overcrowding. That's the department's job, Department of Corrections' job. So a judge shouldn't worry about that. But a judge should, I think, try to look at programs, to see who's worthy and how that will work. So that should always be in the foreground. But at the same time, you shouldn't worry about overcrowding. That's not the judge's responsibility,
Right.
and it's not.
Thank you.
And one more question before we go.
Thank you, Collins.
Well, I wasn't trying to necessarily agree with you. I'm just telling you how, I'm just
Sounded
telling
like
you,
you did.
No, I'm just telling you how it is.
Okay.
I got
Mr.
you.
Pettaway, your affiliations
You had a caller?
hang up.
Oh.
Affiliations with Alabama New South and ADC. The local chapter of ADC has been is known to be very aggressive and very, tight knit.
What do you mean by that? 'Cause,
Well, we don't have enough time. But
okay.
do you think your political affiliations with people that run ADC and 105.3, some of the things that happens on your radio station, can we look at you to be a fair judge? The things that ADC local chapter push, the things that your radio station that you're part owner, they sort of push, African Americans blank support, blank ticket. This weekend at the Jubilee Festival, most national leaders came to the conclusion that we have to stop electing African American people just because they're African American. What is your stance on that? And with the groups that you're affiliated, can we really feel that you can judge effectively with those affiliations without being pressured to judge a certain way?
Well, I would think that New South would be more, if I find your definition right, more pushy in those areas than ADC. ADC is more conservative in their views. But moving that along, the way I've always done things, I've worked with law firm of Chestnut, Sanders, and Pettaway for a little over 26 years. I've been partnered with J.L. Chestnut Jr. I've been partners with Hank Sanders. I've been partnered with Rose Sanders. I've been partnered with Robert Turner. I've been partnered with Carlos Williams. And I work with them. We don't always agree. I mean, even during some of the last election cycles, they may support somebody else, I support somebody different. But so we've always been independent in those ways, but we still work together for the common good. And so I try to be inclusive. I don't try to be exclusive. And so even though somebody may have a position one way, that might be their individual position, but I try to include myself with everybody. Because see, not only with ADC or New South, but I'm in all kind of. I'm in a quarterback club. I work with those people. I'm in various church organizations, black and white people. I mean, when it came time to have a men's conference, they wanted to choir with white folk and black folk. They got me. I was the music director. I put everybody together, all the black and white folk, and had a great time. So what I'm saying, that's where we are now.
Okay, thank you. We have a caller. Caller, you're live on air. Caller.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Hi.
You're listening.
Attorney Pettaway, you were discussing the early college program. This was intended for low-income, at-risk children, and there have been so many, including yourself, that have entered this program. Do you think that you're a man of integrity when you kind of put yourself out there instead of an at-risk child.
Are you finished? Okay.
Thank you, caller.
Thank you, caller.
Your information is not correct about the intent of the program. And, of course, I've given everybody information on that as much as I can on it. The program is not for low income and at risk. I mean, that's not the criteria. I mean, that's that's not the standard. That's one of the criteria or factors that is considered. And what they do, there are so many slots in the program. And, of course, if you get to the chance where you got to fill up all the slots, then you start scoring people. And the people who are low income and first generation college and all that, they have higher grades, which means they'll get a slot first if there's no available slot. But the slot is for people who qualify in the African American community and the Latino community. You know, that's who that program is for. And so that information is not correct. But those have been misnomers put out there that are just wrong. And of course,
but you get extra points if you are a low income family or a first time college student.
You do, right? Yeah. And see, the thing is, I think when they first did it, see, I was not even a part of the first inception because, and as a matter of fact, I had a daughter go through it, and she actually took it upon herself to apply herself, and came home and told me, Dad, I made an application for something and it worked. Well, what they did, they had 100 slots, and if they had gotten 120 applications, then they would have started scoring.
Okay,
but they only had like 97 or 96, and so everybody was able to get in. That's how that worked, and that's always been the case.
Okay, we're going to wrap this up. Well, we appreciate it. We're going to let Mr. Jones, Judge Jones, you give us a little capper for the show.
Sure. First, let me thank you again for this opportunity to come and talk with you and answer questions and talk to the folks out there that are listening today. I hope that everyone will vote for me, re-elect me, 18 years on the bench with the experience I have. I'll continue to serve you. It's a privilege to have served you. I will continue to be fair and impartial. I will continue to be a free thinker. I will not be controlled, and I'll continue to hold people accountable.
Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
1 minute.
Yes, well, let me say, Collins Pettaway again, we want everyone to go all the way with Pettaway. I know at this stage, there are probably only a few people who may not have made up their minds one way or the other. I hope I can sway somebody if necessary where it needs to go. But please go vote. That's what we want you to do. Go vote. And a vote for me is a vote for progress with our court system.
Thank you. We're at the top of the hour. Call.
You're going to make a difference.
Sorry.
Thank you. We're at the top of the hour. Call.
I'm Gerald Chestnut, Attorney J.L. Chestnut's oldest daughter. My father spent most of his life going in and out of courtrooms all across this nation. I had the privilege of going to court with my father on many occasions. On our way home, we talked about judges and their qualifications. My father said judges make important decisions daily that affect the lives of all the people they serve, so it is highly important that they have the right qualifications. That is exactly why I am supporting Judge Tommy Jones for Circuit Court Judge. I am Gerald Chestnut, and my father was J.L. Chestnut, Jr. I ask that you please take this race for Circuit Court Judge seriously. Please go to the polls on Tuesday, March 13th. Vote for and re-elect Judge Tommy Jones.
Committee to elect Tommy Jones, Selma, Alabama.